Hello, my name is Amir and I'm your current Union Development Executive Officer, and welcome to the DSU's 2022 annual members meeting for the year. This meeting will cover DSU's performance over the last academic year, and this will range from the staff structure of the DSU, which will include its executive officers, the Board of Trustees, and the senior management team. The aims and objectives that DSU places at its core, the performance and achievements of each of DSU's teams, DSU's financial statements and affiliations, and DSU's plans for the future. There will then be an opportunity for questions afterwards. We firstly move on to the staff structure of the DSU. For the executive officers for the academic year 2021 to 2022 were Ruby Rawls, who was appointed as the academic executive officer on the 1st of July 2021. However, she resigned on the 12th of August 2021. After a subsequent by-election, Nyasha Zashe Naguo was appointed as the academic executive officer on the 1st of November 2021. Ashley Saljani as the Student Opportunities and Engagement Executive Officer, who was appointed on the 1st of July 2021. Pooja Subramanian as the Equality and Diversity Executive Officer, who was appointed on the 1st of July 2021. Benjamin Smith as the Welfare Executive Officer, who was reappointed on the 1st of July 2021. And Joanna Deinhardt as the Union Development Executive Officer, who was reappointed on the 1st of July 2021. Following a successful election period, new executive officers were appointed for the academic year 2022 to 2023. Pooja Subramanian, Benjamin Smith, and Joanna Deinhardt resigned on the 30th of June 2022. The current executive officers are Nyasha Zashe Naguo as the academic executive officer, who was reappointed on the 1st of July 2022. Asni Soljani as the Student Opportunities and Engagement Executive Officer, who was reappointed on the 1st of July 2022. Meera Dasani as the Equality and Diversity Executive Officer, who was appointed on the 1st of July 2022. Alia Khan as the Welfare Executive Officer, who was appointed on the 1st of July 2022. And finally, myself as the Union Development Executive Officer, who was appointed on the 1st of July 2022. The trustee board is made up of the executive officers as well as both student trustees and external trustees. The student trustees for the academic year 2021 to 2022 were Luke Martin, Mehul Parke, Yusuf Labib, and Samuel Sayer, who were appointed on the 1st of July 2021. During this period, Samuel resigned from his position on the 15th of March 2022, and Yusuf on the 30th of June 2022. Replacing him as new student trustees was Stephanie Glazebrook and Benjamin Smith, who were appointed on the 1st of July 2022. Both Luke and Mehul were likewise reappointed on that date. The external trustees are appointed to the trustee board by an appointments committee. The external trustees who held office during the year are Daniel Gillette, who was appointed in the last academic year and resigned on the 4th of November 2021. Jeff Kershaw, Phil Gilks, and Laura Arends, who were appointed on the 28th of September 2021. Beverly Shears, who was appointed on the 15th of December 2021. The chief executive, Jeff Kershaw, also serves as the chair of the trustee board. We move on to the senior management team. The chief executive officer works closely with the executive officers as the head of the senior management team to ensure the effective management. The senior management team was made up of Sarah Bradley as the CEO, Joe Stevenson as the deputy CEO and head of commercial services, Paula Hennigan as the head of finance people and central services, and Elgin Hughes as the head of membership services. I'm now going to pass it over to Meera, who will be covering the aims and objectives of the Students' Union.
Thank you, Amir. My name is Mira, and I'm your current Equality and Diversity Executive Officer. De Montfort Students' Union is an independent organization and a registered charity whose sole purpose is to champion the interests of students. DSU's objectives and aims are to advance the education of the students of DMU for the public benefit. This includes providing representation, advice, and assistance to students on matters affecting their welfare and interests as students, being the recognized representative channel between students and DMU and any other external body, providing sporting, social, cultural, and recreational opportunities and facilities for students to further the education purposes of DMU, promoting and encouraging contact and cooperation between students, advancing the welfare and physical and mental well-being of students. We are now going to be covering the performance and achievements of each of the departments within DSU. To begin with, I will now pass over to Nyasha, who will be providing the update for Student Voice.
Hello everyone, my name is Nyasha Zashenguo and I'm your current Academic Executive Officer. I'm very happy to announce that the 2022 Executive Officer team and the election saw a total of 3,133 students and casting votes of 23,463 voters in total across 5 executive offices. And 6 liberation officer roles with candidacies. This was an increase in comparison to 1,828 in 2021, and up on 2019 to 2020, which in turnout was 2,935. Zone and Student Council membership across the 5 zones, which total to 32 elected student representatives. Unfortunately, attendance was disappointing. Last year causing delays in passing motions which would reach quorum. To address this, the decision has been made as part of DSU's ongoing government review and membership requirements for zones for the current year. This has resulted in an uptake of 41 students being elected as representatives in our May 22 zone and council. We believe that decision along the zones running hybrid in the boardroom, the Redfern boardroom, would be rather encouraged to be in person, but it is still hybrid at the moment. Zones will further be supported by linking departments to encourage dissemination of student feedback, policy, and activism through DSU teams. The course rep scheme operated with 442 elected course reps. That is unfortunately down from 505 course reps in 2021. However, for the academic year 2022-2023, Voice will be launching the LEAD initiative to capitalize on valuable engagement with engaged course reps as DMU moves to block teaching. I'm now going to hand over to Ashni, who will be providing the update for opportunities.
Hi, my name is Ashni Sojani and I'm your current Student Opportunities and Engagement Officer. 2021 to 2022 had been a year to refresh and update the services offered to students by the DSU Opportunities. A new team had been created to support students as there was a return to in-person activity. Their work came in form of committee catch-ups, Skills Fest, Training Day, and creation of an online training module. Membership fees had been reintroduced with the aim for societies to resume their usual activity. We anticipated similar membership numbers from 2020 to 2021 due to the reluctance to pay. However, that had not been the case. We saw a marginal drop in membership numbers. However, this was due to a reduction in total numbers of societies. With the return to in-person training and a targeted campaign planned for December 2022, we expect the number of groups to increase again during the current academic year. Opportunities continue to maintain a healthy relationship with DMU Sport as they continue to take on more responsibilities for the facilitation of sports clubs, membership sales, and box fixtures. In total, the number last year for student groups are 3,266 individual students on student groups including sports, 4,218 student group memberships including sports, 41 new group applications were approved. During the committee elections, there was a total of 989 individual voters, and there was a total of £15,944.63 in additional funding that was granted to student groups. The Opportunities team secured the Investors and Volunteers accreditation and used student insight to further improve our volunteering offer union-wide. This program has been relaunched to great success, matching students to volunteering opportunities both internally to DSU and externally to the local community. There was a total of 25 approving volunteer providers and 73 volunteering opportunities offered through brokerage. In total, there were 162 students registered on brokerage. This was all recorded during the mid-year relaunch. I'm now going to hand over to Alia, who will be providing the updates for Advise and Wellbeing.
Thank you, Ashni. My name is Alia Khan, and I am your current Welfare Executive Officer. Last year, we saw an outstanding performance from our Advice and Wellbeing team. Over 1,500 student cases were addressed, with 74% relating to academic issues, 13% were related to housing issues, and a final 13% were a mix of other wellbeing matters. The team also added the remit of equality, diversity, and inclusion within the Advice and Wellbeing team. This had led to the creation of a new coordinated post, which was successfully recruited for in January 2022. In addition to this, the team was able to deliver campaigns and projects throughout the academic year in relation to the EDI remit. This included, but is not limited to, the LGBTQ History Month, Women's History Month, Pride Month, and Ramadan. The team also launched over 25 projects and campaigns which have included academic stress, academic integrity, sexual health and well-being, bullying, mental and physical health, housing, and money matters. In addition, the Wellbeing Wednesday initiative was successfully launched with weekly activity workshops being added to the weekly provision. This continued for the current academic year in partnership with the Give It a Go concept. I am now going to pass it back to Ashni, who will provide the update for DSU Marketing and Communication team.
Thanks, Alia. The Marketing and Communications team, otherwise known as MarCom, successfully rolled out a new branding across all areas. This included redressing the building and ensuring that we have a strong visual identity that is consistent through all projects, our digital spaces, and our physical materials. The first phase of digital transformation was a success, and we will be now continuing to develop our physical materials and spaces to ensure that there is a level of consistency across everything that we do. We see a strong brand and visual identity as a key pillar in promoting the organization and ensuring that we're recognized in everything that we do for our members. The department has continued to use more video in content and short clips from around the campus with varied success. As part of this process, we have upskilled our staff with video shooting and training to ensure that it is to the highest level possible. Our social media channels have been varied, and we have spent time studying the analytics to better understand our audience. From this, we have developed a social media matrix which supports the team to know who follows us on each channel and what we should be posting on each channel to engage with that audience. This has now been completed, and our new diverse approach for the new year has been launched and will be monitored throughout the current academic year. The addition of a full-time member of staff to work on data and insight has been a positive addition as we have developed a much better understanding of our students and their needs. I will now pass back to Nyasha, who will provide the update for the DSU's commercial team.
Thanks, Ashni. So unfortunately, to COVID-19's continued impact, commercial services within Students' Union due to hybrid learning, the uncertainty regarding COVID passports, and the continued impact of the pandemic on students' behaviors. A commercial use strategy was approved by the trustee board in June 2022, and work is in progress to implement the strategy this academic year. Supplies sell a variety of specialist supplies for DMU courses, as well as stationery, branded clothing, and provides dissertation and binding services. Supplies made a net profit of £1,000, with income being affected by reduced footfall on campus. Product reviews, relationship development on the DMU campus, and excellent customer service are key objectives of the supplies. DSU sales and advertising achieved a net profit of £52,000, with most of the revenue within this area generated from our Freshers Fair. It was great to be able to hold this event face-to-face in September 2021, rather than virtually as in the prior year. The DSU function rooms and the union's catering services unfortunately made a loss of, for the year, £69,000. This was primarily due to a difficult freshers period where we anticipated sales of 1,800 wristbands, but only sold 1,200. This shortfall in wristbands put us £25,000 behind budget before we had even started trading. We made as many cost savings as possible, but with our staffing issues throughout the year and only 50% of student population attending campus were unable to recover. I'm now going to pass back to Omer, who will provide a more in-depth review on DSU's financial position and the affiliations that DSU has.
Thank you, Niasha. So DSU had an income of £1,614,959 for the year ending 31st of July 2022. And this comprised of 76% coming from the block grant that we get from the university, and that gave us £1,221,186. We received 15% from our bars and catering, which totaled £243,596. 5% from our sales and advertising income, which totaled £75,150. And 5% from our SU supply shop, which totaled £75,027. DSU had outgoing costs totaling £1,643,637 for the year ending 31st of July 2022. And this comprised of 27% coming from central services, which totaled £441,875. 19% coming from bars and catering, which totaled £315,044. 10% coming from governance costs, which totaled £158,585. 9% coming from advice and well-being, which totaled £155,940. 9% coming from student voice, which totaled £152,474. 9% coming from opportunities, which totaled £148,873. 9% coming from marketing and communications, which totaled £148,789. 4% coming from the supplies shop, which totaled £73,548. 2% coming from our help desk, which totaled £25,396, and 1% coming from our sales and advertising costs, which totaled £23,114. Finally, DSU's affiliations and their fees for the year. We had DSU affiliations and fees for the year ended 31st of July 2022, and these are National Union of Students, shortened to the NUS, which was £30,930. 1KC, which was £4,147, and Advice UK, which was £1,917. Overall, DSU made a net loss of £28,678 for the year ending 31st of July 2022. I'm now going to pass it back over to Alia, who will be talking about SULETs.
Thanks, Amir. This will be a brief update in comparison to the other teams. To give some context, on 1st August 2012, the trade and assets of the letting operations were transferred to a new limited company called Student Union Letting Limited, trading as SULETs. SULETs is a registered charity and company limited by guarantee, with two members, DSU and the University of Leicester Students' Union, ULSU. SULETs supports DSU with sponsorships of activity and events during the year, and we ensure it continues to contribute to our aims and objectives through our representation on the SULETs board. In the opinion of the trustees, SULETs is not a subsidiary undertaking of the charity. All funds generated by SULETs are restricted for use by SULETs in line with the objects of that charity. I will now hand over to Mira, who will discuss DSU's plans and goals for the current academic year and the future.
Thanks, Alia. DSU will continue to create an unforgettable journey for our student members by looking out for your well-being, creating a sense of belonging and providing opportunities to get actively involved. Our values will continue to be our core focus and will be woven into our long-term aims. This includes creating a social hub, which is the place for all DMU students to connect, helping and empowering our members by keeping them informed, advising and supporting on their rights, and facilitating clubs, societies, and other student groups. Support our members' well-being with a system of support that's accessible to all. Amplify our members' voice, making sure that their opinions are heard at all levels across the university by representing them and helping them find their voice on campus. There are several goals and objectives that each of the departments plan on implementing or have done so already for the current academic year. However, the DSU Trustee Board have approved some aims prior a full review of our strategic plan for 2022 to 2023. These are as follows: to improve and increase reputation and visibility of DSU executive officers and DSU services, to focus on the needs of incoming students post-pandemic who want spaces to eat, learn, and make friends, and build a safe and happy workplace with an EDI focus. A new income generation vision, governance enhancement, people and culture plan, and strategic plan. A democracy and exec role review and representing at a broader level through TEF, NUS, and OFS involvement, and structuring our charity so it's fit for purpose. To build collaborative relationships, working with the university, other unions, and the community to represent your interests and create the best experience for you. I will pass back to Amir, who will conclude the meeting and present the opportunity for questions.
Thank you all for listening. At this moment of time, does anybody have any questions, either those that are in person today or those that are online? Is there any questions that have come on through online? No? Okay, any questions here? No? Okay, if there are no further questions, once again, thank you all for coming to DSU's 2022 annual members meeting, and take care. Thank you very much.